Hey everybody, welcome back to a very impromptu video. I'm going to apologize now for the lighting and the setting. We are out at the pool getting some sun, and I threw an idea out to Michael that I wanted to do a video. I didn't give him any chance to really think about it, but I wanted to update you guys on what our diet and our lifestyle is looking like in Colombia. We have been here for 3.5 weeks now. If you've been around the channel for a while, you will know that we were pretty strict carnivores for the last several years of our life, but the entirety of our YouTube channel, we've been doing a lot of carnivore content. And we had let you know in the announcement video that we were moving to Colombia, that we were considering changing that. Michael's been a little bit more open with his diet, eating more of like a paleo animal-based diet than me. But I didn't want to come down to Colombia so strictly carnivore that I missed out on any opportunity to try cultural food or new types of things, or I just didn't want to miss any once in a lifetime type experiences. So this video is for us to just kind of update you what we're doing and eating lately, if there's anybody on this channel who's originally here for the carnivore content. We've been here 3.5 weeks, and I think it's pretty safe to say we're eating a very animal-based diet. And then about once a week on the weekends, we're having a sugary treat, just as a, treat yourself moment. I would say every day we are eating a pretty meat-heavy diet. We look for ground beef down here. We're eating a lot of fresh eggs. I've been eating a lot of steaks. But we've really liberalized the fruit that we're eating in our diet. We've tried new fruits. We've tried fruits that you can get in the US. But I would have to say, of those fruits, they just taste completely different down here. They taste cleaner, better. We've been eating a lot of mangoes. A lot of plantains that we fry in coconut oil. They call it patacones down here. But we have eaten a few other things that are completely off the animal-based type lifestyle, and we just wanted to do a video. I didn't give Michael a lot of time to think about and prepare for this, so this is going to be quite on the fly and unscripted. But that's where we're at. I just wanted to give an update.
I think coming down, I didn't want to have any expectation outside of making meat a priority or the center of the meal. I didn't really have any expectation on wanting to eat vegetables. I thought I might have to have some rice or something along the way, depending upon what it would look like here, how hard or how difficult it might be to source something close to what we might have back home for a midday snack or what have you. And if you remember, I also decided that I was not bringing or buying any protein powder down here, that I was going to make everything I ate just nutrition from food sources, right? Not even, I know protein powder comes from source, but I mean actual nutrition from food. And so, yes, I think a lot of things have stayed the same. I think we have adjusted very well being here for almost a month with what we like and what we don't like, and things that we do have every single day and things that we haven't had. And we're still making sure to keep the central part of the diet seed oil free. That, I think, is the biggest thing for us. My allergies, I have to remind myself to take a Zyrtec maybe once a week now.
Which is crazy considering how much time we've spent camping and hiking and in the jungle.
It's absolutely insane. I know in the U.S. that those allergens are there, and I don't know if my body this is so new, it's not having a reaction to it, or if the air is just cleaner down here, or there's not as much in a tropical climate maybe as pollen, or anyway, I don't have to get into that. But I do think that staying seed oil free and continuing to eat nutritious food.
We're continuing to cook everything in butter or coconut oil. Coconut oil is something Michael and I never cooked with before.
No, never.
Never got into that. I don't really know why we never got into that, but we've discovered it down here thanks to my sister-in-law, and we love cooking things in coconut oil. It adds a completely better new taste to it that we're not used to.
It is. It's a new taste. It just goes on the edge of sweet. So you take like a chicken breast and you cook it in coconut oil, and that's good. Although I will say, for me, again, Julie very much red meat based.
Yeah.
I had to grow into that. I had to learn to hate that. Yeah, that was a mosquito. Sorry, they're everywhere down here in rainy season. I've had chicken once, and I regretted even having it once. Not that it
That's
was bad.
so not like you,
but
too.
their ground beef is so amazing
Yeah.
here. And it's so...
Their pork is so good as well. Michael
their pork
was...
is very good.
We've been eating a lot of chicharrones, and man, those are good. Fried in their
Chorizo.
own fat, and the chorizo was amazing. We drove through a town this past weekend that I don't think we filmed, but they're known for their pork and their pigs, and we've eaten a lot of their pork from this area. They feed their pork mangoes.
That's
so
how many
it
mango
has
trees
this
are in town.
incredibly sweet taste to the pork. The pork is so much better, and it tastes so much cleaner.
I'll say we are... I wouldn't really consider ourselves soup people, but we've had a lot of like a beef stew. The only thing that makes it
bone
hearty...
soup, bone broth.
Bone broth with a lot of collagen. We ate... This is outside of my comfort zone. We ate soup that was made with a beef with a cow leg. I just saw the hooves when we were cleaning the kitchen up.
We have a maid that comes twice a week, and while she's here, she always cooks us a stew or a soup of some sort. And of course, it's much more nose to tail type eating down here. I have not been as diligent as I thought I would be about trying different organs. I said I was going to do that, and I haven't so far.
You filmed the liver, though, the other day.
I did film the liver. Didn't love that, but wasn't expecting to. However, the soups that she's making, she makes bone broths, bone soups, rib soups, beef stews. Every single one that she's made has been top amazing. She puts minimum vegetables in them. Sometimes there's like a little carrot or garlic.
Carrots are about,
There's no potatoes. Yuca, though, which is a root, and I would never, ever have eaten that as a carnivore.
No.
I don't particularly like it.
No.
So I'm not... I do eat the occasional yuca fries, but
they're not breaded. I guess that's another thing, a difference.
They're not breaded, and they're very much like a baked potato.
They are.
I've kind of steered away from that, though. I was into them when we first moved down here, but I can't quite jive with the yuca. But her soups are so good. I wanted to talk specifically about some Colombian type foods.
Okay.
Did I mention the patacones yet? That is
you have.
Plantains fried in coconut oil. That's top for me. I like them crispy. Our maid makes the best ones I've had yet.
I never thought I would like something better than banana.
Yeah,
but
you don't care about banana anymore.
I do not.
As long as we got a plantain around.
Yeah, as long as we have a plantain around.
Love those patacones, and we have found that a lot of restaurants serve them with just about every meal, so that's great.
With sour cream.
Yeah.
But they make it fresh here, so it has a little tang to it, almost like a little
the sour cream down here is to die for. It's so good.
And you know
comes in a
raw.
Squirt bottle. That's weird, but it's very, very good. The sour cream is great. The patacones are great. Bollo we've tried. Didn't really like that. It's
kind of corn based.
We've also tried arepas, which are also corn based. It's kind of like a little corn pocket that they put cheese or meat in. Didn't really care for that. But the patacones we can't live without.
I think I would say our carb sources, because you and I know you say we've eaten a ton of fruit, and we have, but I think that's an accumulation of over the almost month here. We don't really seek it out still.
A slice or two a day. We're not eating a lot of fruit. We're eating a fruit spread between 4 people every day or so.
But I was going to say, I think our carb sources, when we have them, come from either the patacones or we have been eating a little bit of coconut rice. So this is rice that is extremely clean because it is not the same grain.
And gets washed for hours.
Yeah, so the starch is wiped away, and then it's just, again, coconut oil. It's great.
I thought I had a gluten problem, allergy, whatever. I have had 0 problems with the rice down here as long as it's been cleaned, washed extensively. I've even branched out and tried, like this past weekend at Tyrona, I tried the Tyrona bread. I only had 1 bite of it because I was so scared that it would make me sick, and the 1 bite didn't bother me at all.
No, it was good.
Our maid made us soup last week that had beans in it, and I thought,
bean down here.
first time I've had beans in 2.5 years, almost 3 years. First time I've had beans, and they actually didn't hurt my stomach at all.
No, she soaked those boys from 8 in the morning until like
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
As long as things get thoroughly washed, kind of makes me wonder what it would be like back in the U.S. if I took the time to thoroughly wash everything. But
the farm eggs.
The fresh eggs. We can
So-
buy 30 eggs for this ridiculous price. I have forgotten now, like $4 or something.
It's less than $4.
30 eggs.
Yeah.
And our household is going through between 60 and 90 a week.
We're tearing them up.
Actually, it's about 75 because
Yeah.
we have to buy 60 one week and 90 the next.
The bacon has been great. You've
bacon-
gotten us bacon.
I haven't had bacon cooked crispy enough, and that includes when I cooked it for myself. But the bacon is really good. It's very thickly sliced. The fresh
That
pepperoni.
fat, the fresh pepperoni is
Michael
great.
loves the fresh pepperoni and has me get him
Yeah.
some every single time I go to the meat market.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. That I'm thinking of things that I eat with it. The one thing I will say that's not as good is the cheese selection here. We have to buy imported, which you guys have seen from the store. So that's a price that is pretty much equal, but it is the same price as it would be in the U.S. And you know that cheese is like central to my diet. That and the peanut butter. Until they restock my
Why not?
Wake Up.
What's it called? Why not wake up?
Wake Up.
Oh, wake up.
The other one is just okay. But I have been.
Raw honeys we have found.
Raw honey's amazing.
Oh,
here.
and they sell. I have not really looked at Greek yogurt in the U.S. for a long, long time
No,
because
we
I am
haven't,
lactose
yeah.
intolerant. However, they have a Greek yogurt down here that I'm going to have to look for in the U.S. It has a specific culture in it called Lactobacillus bulgaricus or bulgaricus or something like that. It's a specific strain of lactobacillus that Bulgaria concocted, and lactose intolerant people can eat this yogurt. Of course, if you're lactose intolerant, I would advise you to take literally one bite and then see.
But
Don't eat the whole carton.
Yeah.
But my brother and I, he's even worse than me. We are so lactose intolerant, and we've been eating a whole Greek yogurt, it's a little tub,
It's
a
all of
small
our little
carton.
snacks. Yeah.
But we've been eating one every single day, putting some raw honey in it, which makes it. I mean, I'd rather have it than ice cream. It's so good.
It's really good. The honey here is a more subtle, not as woody, because I think sometimes it gets honey in the U.S. gets a little bit of a woody taste to it. So this is lighter as far as the color, and it's a little smoother. I have really enjoyed the honey here, and it is from Colombia. Pistachios, I've had pistachios here. They are from Colombia. They are good as well.
I've had some amazing fish here.
Fish.
I'm not talking about the tuna in the can. That was just tuna in a can. It's tuna in a can.
Yeah.
But we went to the fish market. I hope it was in a vlog that I filmed. I'm sure it was. I vlog every day. I'm sure I filmed it. I just don't remember. And we got some fresh caught wild salmon. It was Chilean salmon. I know nothing about salmon, but Mari said that's pretty much the best salmon that you can get down here.
Okay.
Oh, it was so good. Yes, it was flaky. I don't mind of course, salmon is a little bit flaky, but it was so good. It was so good. It was the best salmon I have ever had. And she just seasoned it with salt and pepper.
A little bit of lime or orange.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was on it. Yeah.
Shoot, I can't remember. She put 4 things on it, one of which was lime. It was absolutely amazing. It was so good.
I did not have it.
How you liking the beef, the ground beef?
The beef has been great. It's about $5 US a pound. And again, for me, the mosquitoes are everywhere. For me, what would I say? I think it cooks, for whatever reason, a little bit quicker. And I think that may be because of the fat content. You don't really know what the fat content is here. There's not going to be an 80-20 in one section and a 70-30 in another. But that's okay. I have been taking, and this probably sounds gross to the camera, but we can't, that's another thing. We can't source mayo here.
We cannot find one yet that is seed oil free.
I do use a little bit of sour cream with a little bit of picante sauce and some mustard, and it's been really good. We did have red snapper.
Mm-hmm. Red snapper was amazing.
Mm-hmm. What else?
The coffee has been really good.
The coffee, and it's Juan Valdez, which we've seen in the U.S. for years, but it's their organic blend that I don't think they sell in the U.S. It's really smooth and low acidic. I've been making cold brew the same way I did back home, and it's very good. Yeah.
So we've liberalized things a lot. We would have never ate a mango or a pineapple or a plantain or coconut oil, or most of these things we would have never even sampled back at home. But we didn't want to come to Colombia for three and a half weeks now. We didn't want to come here and not go away feeling like we had tried to embrace the culture as much as possible.
Yeah.
And we found to our surprise that there's a lot of things that we can eat and we aren't gaining weight. We aren't feeling like crap. We aren't having pain in our joints or our stomachs, or we're not lethargic. We are feeling every bit as good as we were before. I really believe it's very much the lack of processing that, we haven't eaten any processed foods. We haven't eaten anything that's been frozen. All the fruits are picked within
like literally
minutes or hours. Because I know we don't show this on the channel much, but generally on our weekends when we take our road trips to go places, it's on the way home on Sunday evenings. We stop by all these little, one right after the other, all these little roadside stands, and we get mangoes
and we
and
always
limes.
Get more.
Mangoes and limes and watermelons and our plantains. We get all the fruit one by one, just, stopping at multiple different places. So I don't usually vlog that because it's kind of chaos, rolling down windows and yelling and talking.
It's yelling this price and how much for this.
It's all in Spanish and I don't know what they're saying, but it's all, literally it's stuff that was picked like that morning or hours before we eat it.
I think that's a big difference when compared to the U.S. because here it's almost flip-flop. Joy and I go to a farmer's market, and we can find eggs that, haven't been hit up with anything because they have free-range chickens in the back of their yard. Yes, we can find fruit that someone has probably grown, but when you think about that, or ground beef that is grass-fed, grass-finished, locally sourced, or raw milk, it is so expensive. Times, 2+ of what you can find in the store. But here, you can find eggs that have the happy egg type of brown carton that says they're blah, blah, blah with this many free range of, and they're more expensive. But if I just go get my good old farm eggs from Jose down the street, that's where Julie said you get 30 eggs for less than $4 US.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying even at Exeter, there's like a bunch of...
$30 in the U.S. was $11 or $12 when we left Florida.
30 eggs?
30 eggs.
At Publix, 30 eggs was over... Yeah, it was right at $10. That's right. It was $9.50 or $9.80
30
something.
for under $4 is nuts.
Yeah.
I did a meat haul yesterday. I got 2 filet mignons, a pound of ground beef, 300 grams, which I have no idea how much that translates to.
It's like 0.75 pounds of pepperoni. More than half a pound of pepperoni, a huge block of Gouda cheese, and half of enough beef to make stew for 5 people and have leftovers. It was $25. And
I think the filet mignon alone would cost that.
It
if
would,
not more.
yeah. Even at Walmart,
this is from
like
a butcher shop. You have to walk in and be in a butcher shop. But
hold your nose.
The meat smell, I'm a carnivore at heart.
The
meat smell gets me going. I love it. We have learned our lesson about mature beef. I don't think we're going to go down that road and tell that story, but there was an accident where we bought matured beef and we didn't mean to.
They don't age it the same way that we're used to it aging, and it really brings a pungent iron smell, which, apparently that's a cultural thing here. People really like that.
Yeah, some people in the party really, really liked it.
Yeah.
We could not even eat it. I had never heard of mature meat before. It was an accident. I shouldn't have bought it. We have had amazing steaks at cookouts.
Yes.
We've had amazing... Oh, and I was going to talk about, we've been doing a weekly go to a restaurant to try a burger. My original thought was, hey, I'm going to go to the restaurants, I'm going to eat the burgers, I'm not going to eat the bun, I'm going to order the cheese and the bacon and whatnot. But the first place we went, the very first week, Mari said, oh, this is a place where she's also gluten sensitive like I am. She said, this is a place where I can eat the hamburger buns. I don't know why. I don't know what they make them out of, but I know that I can eat the hamburger buns here. They're extremely skinny. They don't advertise as gluten-free. And I thought, what the hell? If it makes me sick, it makes me sick. I really want to try it.
Well, we'd only been here for a few days.
Yeah, I was like, if it makes me sick, I'll just learn my lesson. I've learned my lesson before, but I really just wanted a hamburger with a bun. It was when we went to Porthos. We did vlog this. So I ate the entire hamburger with a bun, and boy, it has been so long since I've had a hamburger with a bun.
Wasn't that good?
And it didn't bother my stomach a bit.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I also ate the bun the next week when we went to another place. It was when we went to Topping Burger. Yeah. And that one it gave me a lot of pain the next day.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't tell you.
Oh.
But I learned my lesson. Honestly, sometimes I think you just have to look at the bread. If it's this skinny, you might be able to get away with it.
The gluten hasn't been able to expand.
Yeah.
We had pasta too That didn't do anything to our stomachs.
When did we have pasta?
It was made at home here. We had it the night that Mari's parents came over. We had the hors d'oeuvres and the.
Yeah, Mary fixed a pasta. I forgot about that.
And I know that
she bought it from an Italian pasta shop.
Yes, there's a big
where
Italian influence
I don't know
here.
pastas because it's not something I ever really eat or care about. I love it when somebody fixes it for me, but I would never seek it out in a restaurant. But Mari said that whatever they do to this pasta, how I don't know if it's how they wash it, how they fold it, whatever you do to make pasta, it's good for people like us. And it was great. It didn't bother me at all.
I know and realize that I'm sure we can get the same quality in the U.S. The point I think we're trying to make here is this is standard quality here. Yeah. The unprocessing and the preservative-free. And I have noticed that if you go, it's kind of, I will say this, at the grocery store, if you go down those middle aisles, you will find the seed oils. They will have the cheaper things.
That's how you do.
But just overall, it's more standard to find raw, untouched, I'll say stuff here at normal prices. You're not paying an above price. Even for sparkling water, something as simple as sparkling water, 1.5 liters costs less than what a liter would cost for me in the U.S. So it's those little things that, we get to maintain a better quality of life when it comes to nutrition at better prices than what we would be able to source in the U.S. We would be paying crazy prices.
I have always felt like I can go around the world and liberalize my diet and eat things I would never eat in the U.S. And I don't know the science behind it. I don't know the reason. But I never feel as bad as I feel.
That's why we had to go carnivore.
That's why we had to go carnivore. I was having so many issues. I had an elimination diet. If I had gone any further with my elimination diet, it would have been fasting, I was literally eating nothing but red meat for the longest time because I was so tired of the issues that were being caused for me by the food I was eating. And I thought I was eating healthy food.
Oh, that's the timer.
Hang on. We're not getting any sun anyway. We might as well just stay this way.
Yeah, okay.
I thought I was eating healthy food. I was eating food that the textbooks would tell you, a lot of vegetables, a little fruit, some meat, but no eggs,
Here's a question. Have we seen a salad down here?
Marshall got a salad as a side at one of the restaurants we went to. I think it was Porthos.
But it's not like in the U.S. when you go to the store and there's a whole big produce section with prepackaged salad. You don't see that
And
here.
if you don't count yucca as a vegetable and you don't count I don't know, maybe one carrot that I've seen. I haven't seen a lot in the way of vegetables either. Fruit, very fruit-heavy culture.
Very meat-heavy culture.
Yeah.
It is. It's a lot. If you wanted to come down here and say what's your standard, it would be meat, rice, and some sort of fruit. Fresh juice, they offer at every single restaurant, and you get to choose whether or not you want it in water, you want it in milk, or you want it with sugar, you want it without sugar.
So we always get ours without sugar, and if we have to pick a liquid, we pick water. So it's literally just blended mango or a blended pineapple.
We had those this past weekend.
We've had so many different
pineapple,
blended fruits now. They're so absolutely delicious. Our maid makes us mango juice every time she's here. Absolutely. I'd rather have it than cake. I'd rather have it than dessert. Other than the cookies you've seen us eat, we have not had really any
And
sweet.
even those, the other night, guys, I was always a person that, had to cut my food window off because I would lay down and I would just feel heavy in the morning. I would feel like I didn't get to digest overnight. We had a cookie the other night and then immediately went to brush our teeth and lay down and woke up and felt fine.
I know that these cookies are made with real butter because it's hard for me to find a cookie in the U.S.
And
that
again,
doesn't
their
make
sugar
me feel like crap.
is unprocessed. It's raw sugar and it's real raw milk. And I'm sure the flour is even cleaner that they're using.
I don't know. I just know that I can get away with one cookie per week without any problems. And I'm absolutely loving Colombia for all of these reasons that we've told you about so far. I feel like it's just easy to feel your best and be healthy here for cheap, for not even for a markup.
For a budget, right? For not a markup, like Julie said. I think I'll end it on, for me, that the kombucha is very comparable to the U.S.
In price, taste, everything?
In taste. In price, it's 1,000 milliliter bottle, so a liter bottle.
Twice as much, I guess.
Yeah, 4 servings. It's $28,900. Help me with that. 'Cause
About
it's a
$7.
Okay, so that's what.
The price of 2 kombuchas, but it's twice as much.
Well, no, because the kombuchas went to over $4. GT's has in the U.S.
So it's twice as
still,
much kombucha for less than half the price. For less than the price of 2 kombuchas.
unless you find it on a really good sale at like a Publix.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
forgot.
don't know if I'll continue because to Julie's point, I always felt like I needed a kombucha to help my body digest in the U.S., regardless of what it was.
That's why I was making it for us.
And
I haven't drank any since we've been here, and I haven't missed it at all.
I haven't needed it down here. I will say that. I did buy it to try it and to show the camera, and I'll finish the bottles that I have. But I don't know that I need to go back to it because I don't feel that way. I also don't feel hunger as strong as I did in the U.S. That could be the heat a little bit, but I don't know. I have to really like look at the time and say, okay, I think it's time for me to eat. It's just subtle things, but that we really had to sit down, I guess, and think about it when Julie started saying, hey, I want to shoot this and kind of talk about what we've eaten. But
I wanted it to be on the fly. I didn't want us to script this too hard, and I didn't want my little tinfoil hat to be, the U.S. is killing us. They're poisoning us through our food.
I mean, they don't have a USDA down here, right? There's not a specific temperature that you have to get to. I also think it's important, but when you think about what we were having to do to maintain, and I think this is the most important part, to maintain a normal weight, I'm telling the camera every day, I've got to get 175 grams of protein. That means I've got to have this many shakes, and I've got to do this and this and this, and I've got to have that down to be down here to have added fruit and more nuts back into my diet, and even stews where there are things like a carrot or yucca or a plantain, to still maintain the same weight, even have lost a few pounds. And it's not muscle because I haven't lowered anything as far as exercise. That to me is the absolute amazing thing about it, to be here for almost a month and to be able to eat a larger variety of food and still maintain. Like that's pretty astounding to me.
I'm feeling the best I have felt in a really long time. And I'm not saying that I feel better than I felt when I was strict carnivore, because that isn't at all what I mean. I probably feel my best when I'm completely strict carnivore. But
I'll say that too.
I am more satisfied because there are fruits, clean starches. The pool closed. We got kicked out.
We didn't even realize what time it was.
Do you remember what you were saying and how to finish it?
I was just talking about how maintaining the same weight but having a larger variety of food has been pretty amazing, and I enjoy it. And I hope it doesn't change. Forward to more limonada de coco. We didn't even talk about that one.
Shoot, we didn't talk about the limonada de coco. It's another fruit juice,
fresh squeezed lemonade, which is just lemons and water with coconut milk. It's good stuff. Marshall got us turned on to that.
I think we've said enough.
Okay. We will obviously probably check back in in another few weeks.
If you're here for our carnivore content, this was our update. We just wanted to kind of do a little quick update, let you know where we're at. Since we started as a carnivore channel and we've changed quite a bit. We've at least changed for the duration of our time here in Colombia. Don't know what it'll look like when we do go back to the States, which we're going to have to go back to the States eventually. But for now, this sort of paleo-ish, animal-based-ish diet is like making me feel the best ever. More satisfied, more satiated with the rice and the fruit. I feel the best I've felt in a long time.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
All right, guys, we are going to cheese for the camera to get a thumbnail, and we will see you another day in another video.
Have a good day.
Thank you for watching.